Welcome to Saturday. I we're here. We made it. I should have realized I was like 10:30 is too early to start because Human leaves the house and I need a few minutes to get ready. But welcome. I'm your host, Phoenix Electra, throwing our microphone around and wreaking all sorts of chaos this morning. So I guess we're starting off with a banger. Awesome. Let me make sure that stay still, microphone. Stay still. Let's see here. Can I? What do I? What's my brain want to do? I want to over here press play because I'm digging. Play. Refresh. What's going on? Let's survive. There, we are live. Let me make sure that my image works. Welcome to the fitness. Chat showing up. Let's see it. There's chat. Hey, love knitting. Welcome back to the crazy. Oh, and my chat showing up on the studio or the studio. And we're showing up on the feed. Awesome, awesome. Okay, I need to take a deep breath. I'm stressed out and I haven't streamed for like 2 years now. I do pretend to know what's going on. Okay, we got that. We got that. I've been playing with all these people. I've got my scrolling bar for a few minutes. I got so hooked in on the Cutwork embroidery that I thought that I would practice a little bit more, and then went down a rabbit hole of looking at antique lingerie. I went from the teens and 20s. The Cutwork there is just so beauteous. And we'll see if these little snips are better than the other ones. Hey, Pam, welcome, welcome. Long time no see. I just thought I would just like, I am just hooked on this technique. Let me take this one off because I'm not going to use that one for right now. Over here. So I thought that I would just use a spool and trace some circles to just continue to get a feel for this technique. And there's the one I did for that. It's like organized sometimes. Oh, there it is. Here's what we did at the end of last week. I guess we do it this way. This the ghost been hitting the frost too much with our frequent hands. And for instance, this is decided that if I use fabric here, that means she can lay on it. So you can see all the my thumbnails is filled with cat litter. It's my house. It's just um, it's supposed to yeah, it's the cat, what's everybody working on today? I know I should definitely do like a shot my stash and clean, but last week I'm kind of happy, but what are you going to do? Clean or tails. I love some of these. It's really good. How's the sound today? Nobody's complaining for the videos and not the phone, but I plugged in my phone. Should I have pressed this? Yeah, probably. You can't hear anything. Felt like script work. Yeah. That sounds fun and Italy. And love that you're still inverting the pillowcases. Awesome. The second master you've done, so you started a new one. That is good work. Awesome, awesome. Welcome to the stitching bit. Hopefully we break no needles and there's no bloodshed. Sometimes sewing is a hazard. And then not really an open topic. We'll just it may be that I'm having some difficulties. Let me see if I can move the mic a little bit somewhere. Before I start sewing, we can set you right there. Yes. Okay, deep breath. I don't live in New York anymore and do not need to speak about it in a minute. Bad habits. But it does probably help if I speak like towards the direction of the mic and not off to wrong on the end. Got the last little bit of coffee from this cute mug from my auntie many years ago. Yep, I come from a crafting family. All right, let's try to get this. Yeah, up here. All right. All right, now, let's tighten this girl up. Love them. I know, me too. It is a very fun mug. I guess I can turn the Scurly banner off for a little bit. I'm playing now that I know how to do in the text. So I'll check that for now. Oh my gosh, yeah, yesterday I did my like big scariest stuff for the year. I'm glad that's over with. Holy moly. It's nothing like always being perpetually afraid that you're doing something wrong. What's this red from last week? I'll just start with that one. And okay, take a yarn, get myself collected. I don't have too many tails, so hopefully my fabric does not get caught up in the belt again. That was fun. I just remember last week yelling like, you're gonna lose stock. And of course I okay. Threaded. Let's see here where to set the microphone. Oops. Yeah, joys of live streaming, like live performing. You think you know what's going to happen, but then you never really know. And you end up with weird troubles that you're like, I did not expect that. Okay. No, just sit still over on Brunhild. Okay. Let's get my feet under the machine here. Let's report. Deep breath. Let the filling begin. Looks like right. Hey, wow, we are ready. What's going on? Okay. Ooh la la. We got some stitches. Yep, they're done. Hello, hello, hello. I'm gonna have to make sure I don't lose my. Oh, what? Where is the circle down? Okay. And our outline. I think I'm gonna trim. Oh, the light's kind of funny too. So bright out right now. No. That's so. And then threads at the end. I'm just gonna do another. Before we do our direction stitches. Oh, that's straight. And it doesn't matter. I could always can always be more. Okay, almost back to the beginning. But on Fridays, I've gotten into there's streams on the Rumbles DJ Synth Track. What is this channel? Synth Tracks or DJ Cheeses, who does just plays live music and makes music videos. And so it's like a 4-hour dance party. It's the best club because the commute drive home is short, and the walk home to my bed is super free. That's what my new Friday fun. Except this Friday, upcoming Friday, Fox creator Dara Ruth reached out to me, and he does like a charity show. And on Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. No, 5 p.m. my time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm gonna be on his show to talk for a little bit. So that's gonna mess up my dance schedule a little bit, but it'll be worth it. I'm too quickly to make stitches right now. This part, just like quickly, 2 stitches forward, 2 stitches back. And the scary part is cutting the middle out. I know it's getting warm here too. Just my daffodils are almost done blooming. I think those are like a solid month this year. Almost time to go out and trim the roses. Oh, just do it. Yeah, this looks a little chunky, but I'm only having just one this technique last week. It's not the crappiest stitches I've ever seen. Are they awesome? No, but no beginner ever starts off as a master. That's what I tell myself. And I think I knitted for 20 years before I was like, oh, I think I might be a competent knitter. I'm just retightening a little bit, and I found it easy if you kind of like guide with it. Just gently I'm trying to keep the stitches all wadded up close to each other. And then as I start to need it, I just rotate. You're not pivoting. Oh, thing is, bring up circulation to my finger, which is always a great time. What I could do is just fill all the outlines and do all the no, I think I could do just do one at a time because if you cut the fabric too much all at once, it's gonna make it more sticky. Oh, that's maybe less terrible. All right, let's see how this circle looks. No, I can't. I don't know how to get into that. I can snippity doo down. And I'm just gonna take my little and look through these other little scissors and see how these ones are good. If I like these better. Next, we're gonna they're not abrasive. Oh, my needle there. We're just having all of the fun things at the show today. Okay, let's see. I wonder if this will be better if I lay this flat. We're trying to reball this. And snip very closely to the edge without running through my stitches. That Fortunately, this isn't the finest work, but that would be a mild disaster. We will go through and do another row right at the edge to try to cover up that white section. Yeah, maybe we'll try a different color thread. I could try that pink thread that keeps being a disaster, but I don't know yet. All right, let us see if we can be any more careful on these triggers. Oh, that's the best we're gonna get. All right. Hold on. Oh, don't drop my knickers. That would not be fun. Thread it all the way. Yes. I'll just recheck our needle tightness again because this rubber duder likes to loosen up my needles sometimes, which is good to know that it happens, but if I can prevent it, that is way better than having it happen unexpectedly. All right, and we're going to start down. All right, move the microphone and do one more cut. Yep, okay. Step in the bottom here. No, it's just me. Get back into your hole, kid. Oh, this is not the best idea because the friend is trying to get the. That's good to know. You've learned something. You don't try to reinforce stitch. You just gotta do it perfect the next time. Hello, Crazy Gobble! Welcome to the circus. Thank you so much for letting me know about this chat overlay. That was super awesome. I keep missing your morning shows because I'm like working or like doing stuff. But welcome to Saturday. Thank you for stopping by my crazy. Welcome to the circus. Afternoon. I know who must live on the Central and Eastern time because it's only 11 at my house. I live on the at the W coast. No, I can't do that. For the Dubs, welcome. How are you doing today? I hope everybody's having a nice, happy Sunday. It's not Sunday yet. No, don't rush it. I love your singer. Thank you. She is a treasure, a beauty. I love sewing on her. I didn't think I was going to become a singer person, but over the summer, this woman gave me a singer 101. She just wanted out of her house, which was ridiculous. Yeah, she is a Sphinx model treadle machine, a number 27. all my machines are modern digital. I didn't know you sewed. How many talents do you have? I what? I do I do have a modern digital one, my baby lock Sophia, but I call her my um what's my words? She's kind of like a Harley. I'm always having to fix her, and she makes me crazy. You are a human of many talents. If you ever want to pop into the stitching bitch, I like having yes. All right, we're gonna like throw in the towel on this section, but we're already most of the way done. So let's just finish this real fast. I am practicing. Let's see, free motion in air embroidery because I like to do weird old fashioned things. I'm a farmer that doesn't like buying anything I can make. That true. Those are very truthful words. Yeah, that is. I'm, I'm not a farmer, but I do like to garden. So, what do you grow on your farm? Actually, sometime I'll have to break her. I keep getting stuck on this machine, but I have sitting to my right a white rotary hand crank that I'm pretty sure belonged to a rancher family. Ooh, pork, beef, rabbits, and all your feed. So you are quite the rancher and farmer. Awesome. And the woman asked me what I was gonna sew, and I started with like making corsets because I'm obsessed with old-fashioned undergarments. But I think that I've sewn leather on her. I think that machine has seen a saddle in her day. Awesome. Too bad shipping rates are probably too far to come to me. Actually, that reminds me. I think we need to go to the butcher market today so I can get me some fresh meat. You've got land then too. I, we're not that fancy around in my neck of the woods. We pretend, but I do have my secret private rose garden that it's worked on for many years. So have you been following the um, Robert Barnes and his representation of Amos Miller and all that crazy shenanigans? That just makes me sad. I think people, I don't know. Is it weird to think that we get to choose what we want to put in our bodies or take out of our bodies? Let's see if I can not sew another star this time. Every time I do this, it always turns out into stars. Oh, it's a good thing I ate though, because thinking about all those tasty foods are making me hungry. And rabbit, that's not a meat I usually eat. It's kind of hard to find. Where is that? No. Yeah, I keep And it's hard because on my Sunday shows at the same time as Viva and Barnes, and I want to listen, but I just got into that time slot. Let's see here. Well, you're not allowed to retail sell your meats in this administration, so they're only selling in CSA and farmers markets. That's a good way to do it, though. I really like that CSA, just the CSA model, because it, at least from my experience, is to have that cash up front, and then everybody to like, and sometimes the year was crappy and it didn't work out so well. But yeah, then I can't. I mean, my husband many moons ago did a 3 month stint at a beef ranch, and they were meat sheep. And the saddest day was when the USDA came to do the animal slaughtering. And there's no nice way to say those words. It's kind of sad, but it has to happen because I don't eat live meat. Yeah, that mm, all the regulations and bullshit. We just get if it's a TLA organization, could it just like go by the waysides yet? Families can buy 2 years worth of beef at a really good price. That sounds amazing. I wish I had a giant outside freezer, but I have no outlets on the outside of my house, nor in my bathroom. So that's good. So at least you've got some security 2 years in advance to care for the livestock. That's super awesome. I'm sure, and to know that you're like, oh, I can. Do you do like farm tours, or you just um all the cuts? Oh, that's funny. And by the time you do your morning show, you're like your day's half over. You're like, can I go to? Right back. Yeah, there's quite a few. Well, mention still happens where I am, but you kind of walk in freezing from the restaurant really cheap during this pandemic. That is a good way to do it. Oh my goodness, my electric for my house would like cry. I zap myself and I like plug in my computer. I can't have my electric machine, my camera, and my computer all plugged in at the same time, or I'm afraid I'm gonna like set the house on fire, which would be terrible. That's too bad for that the restaurant went under during that time, but that was a score for you. A new walk-in freezer. Ugh. I'm sure, yeah, you get up at 2 a.m. to do your morning shows and your shows at 9 a.m. local. Yeah, you are. Oh my goodness. But yeah, those cows. So, and then do you do milk also with your herd, or is it just a strictly beef herd? Or, yeah, beef. Of course, my word. Phoenix, do you know how to say anything? I know sometimes. You just do meat. Yeah, that's plenty of work as it is, because I have to do that like twice a day milking. It's bad enough probably never being able to like leave the house for a prolonged period of time because the stock needs to get fed. Oh, I didn't. There we go. Oh, fun, fun. Your neighbor has all organic pasture raised dairy. Oh, that's nice. So you guys can like trade some stuff. That's cool. Yeah, it's really hard. There's not that many dairy herd shares around here. And the folks who sell, I don't know, inflation must be super real because when people are selling like a gallon of milk, of raw organic milk for $15, 15 a liter, it's just so expensive. Mind boggled with the prices. So it's just as well that I'm not, don't have no small humans and drinking milk is not really not a thing I do. And I take my coffee black like my submarine paint. No regulation and it's harder, right? I know. Yeah, all these old fashioned things need to just come back into fashion because the whole newfangled stuff just really, I don't know, just not working. When did you come from a farming family or very into it or just like, I'm gonna be a farmer, rancher? Sorry, I feel like I'm interviewing you. You're chatting, so I'll just keep asking questions. Just tell me when to stop. I'm a curious human. We're getting into food because I'm trying to not have to remember which line to stitch over. I'm not going to press it apart. Oh, it's sleep starting to come back again. Damn it all. Oh, that's where he had a farm back home in Ireland and we started beef farming. Then we moved to Texas. That is, we'll do it. Oh, fun. Mm. Yep, that, okay, so so you had some practice. And I guess if you're gonna, you've been in agriculture your whole life. Awesome. Skills that we absolutely need because we can't survive without the farmers. I love knitting. It's an interesting interview. I'm enjoying also a little jealous. I would love to be farther away from the city there. I know I technically like live in a city, but if you drive 15 miles, then you're out in the country and there's up in the mountain, the foothills, like people free range their cows and stuff, and they've got the cow grates on the roads and all that fun stuff. And at the county fair, they've got the rodeo every year. I do enjoy watching the little kids on the little sheep doing the mutton busting. That makes me laugh. I know. That's why I started the stitching bitch. Like sometimes I have somebody on and I like chat in real life, but I just love stitching and hanging out with the chat. This brings joy to my cold black heart. did I hear you say on your show you lived in Estonia also? Like, you're quite the well-traveled, cultured human, from my understandings. Oh, I'm sorry. My speaker, my machine, I keep thinking it's gone, and then she just comes back. Let's see what destruction we've made so far. Let's see what we've created. Well, again, I have to remember to take off the presser foot because I can't. Let's see here. There we go. Well, just a little piece of lace. And there, I put the white behind so we can see the stitching. Not terrible. Yeah, you worked in Estonia building a cloud server station. Oh my god. You're smart and you're mechanical and wow, you were a oh my goodness, you were a Renaissance human, it sounds like. What? A different color. I joke with tech that I know just enough to be dangerous, which is um yeah, that's just the story I tell. I know some stuff, but I'm definitely not a master of anything. So, how did you enjoy the second round? Were you in the small creator program the first time? I remember you were the second time. What did you like, dislike? Wish that they would improve upon? Is it worth it to apply? Is it I feel so torn, partly because if they keep raising the numbers, I just like feel like I'm chasing a milestone that is like always just out of my grasp. You're going back to Vietnam this autumn. What? I oh, I've never been to Asia. I was did the year I graduated high school. My sister and my sibling, we went to did a trip with school, and we went to like 7 countries in 2 or 3 weeks. We did like the whirlwind tour of Europe, but I want to go to Eastern Europe because the family may or may not be from like Poland and Russia and those the Slavic lands. Oh, that's right. You'd already met the requirements, so that was easy. And what do you think? Because I like the time commitment of like a set hour number of hours per week. But I kind of wish that it was like, all right, just make sure you meet your 10 hours rather than to have it 2 hours per day. I can kind of see both sides because like you need the consistency, but yeah, your friends that streamed a day or two each week struggled. But I know that's what it seems like because you gotta like sit and think like, how am I gonna incorporate this into my life? And then it did sound that there was some if a lot of folks lived on the East Coast and they all were streaming after work at the same time. So like folks that you would hang out with, you either like could you simul stream and count it for both your hours? I'm just I don't know. I really because I'm trying to like build out this film. Like I'm not a game book like I'm I must be having something funny because I've been playing too much Candy Crush, but I I just open up the last day shop and just let folks hang out with me. Because, yeah, I keep thinking, well, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to continue to do my show the way I do it, and it works for me. Because I my day job is predictably unpredictable sometimes, and sometimes I have to like pop off and answer phone calls. And let's see, you actually streamed fewer during the program than before. All of that, so you were able to like streamline things, and you're like, all right, I don't have to work so hard. Well, that's good. Yeah, just trying to think things out. But then I keep every couple of days I keep posting in the category suggestion. I just would like a secondary category for sewing, and I know that like when I go to search, like there's nobody there. Folks have like not posted in a year or different things. So I know like and I don't think it's that the viewers aren't there. It's just that they don't know how to find folks or who else is anybody else doing a sewing live stream? I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna do it anyway because I love sewing funny, crazy things. And sometimes I actually make garments and don't just play, but right now it's just playtime. But I like the improvements they've made to the Rumble Studio, and oh, I saw that I feel like I knew it would um, that it would be worth it to do some tutorial videos for folks who are not super tech savvy because I feel like I know slightly above average, but I think there's like folks who would really benefit with the ease and the cost of Rumble Studio. But like that, I until you told me, I didn't know that I could have the chat overlay, or that until I was playing yesterday, I was like, oh, I can have a cool scrolling ticker thing at the bottom too, and different stuff. But whether it's in the manual, and I haven't read the FAQs, which is completely possible, or whether they do all these cute things that they just folks just don't know about. Or it would be helpful if Rumble had a person who was like, and this is our Rumble tutorial for Rumble Studio. Here's all the cool features. Because I think folks would benefit. Oh, sweet, you're making tutorials before the program, and I'll be getting back into it. Awesome. I'm completely here for that. Because, yeah, there's so many folks I see who are like come from a programming or computer background, and I, I mean, back in the day, I did learn how to like code simple things and futz around a little bit with CSS. But I mean, it's like a 6-year-old could surpass me. I'm really not that savvy. I just pretend and back up my computer often enough that I'm not afraid to break something for better or worse. Let's see here. We have tutorials about Studio, but they're hard to find. Okay. Wait, I'll have to go back and look. I know, because I'm also not good about. I should update my playlists too, or like actually use the playlist feature. Because I'm terrible about that. Because yeah, or even simple things like if you're not tech savvy of like how do you upload an emote or that I should write that down for Lumpy Stream that it was like what is it? It's 512 by 512. Because there's so many things you just have to like dig around and search for, but I can sometimes folks are just like I just want the answer right now in my face. Oh, and that would be great too. I should put it complain because I wanted to move the stream back by half an hour this morning because I was just feeling rushed. But I couldn't go back in and change the time once it was set in. Sweet, where's my phone? So I can take a literal screenshot. No, I'm not taking a selfie. I have 25 less than 100. Perfect. You're so smart. Oh, I'm so glad you popped into my little. That's so another circle. At the circus costume shop, folks just show on up. We're not all clowns around here. But we like to chat, have fun, and dumb shit. Sweet. And are you gonna is Pudge haven't? Are you gonna do Pudge's roundtable this week, or is that Lumpy's roundtable? There's so much stuff. There's so many people. Hard to like catch everybody's streams. Okay. And no, I don't throw my trash on the floor. I have this cute little container that I collect my schmutz into. So that when I have enough, I can make crazy things like this, which is lots of scraps between two layers of water-soluble interfacing and many lines of stitching. That's why I waste stuff. And you can give trash new life into beauty. All right, here's open up my backwards. I have to tell myself that because on my hand crank machine, she's a white, so she drives away from me, but the fingers drive to you. So I have to like stop and think. I'm like, what machine am I selling yet? Okay, great. Oh, this is cool. Trying to full circle. Okay. Oh, I'm just gonna laugh at that sad circle. Let's see. How am I going to? No, I'll just make it a little bit bigger. I know you're always reluctant to throw out your scraps. It's so true because you never know if you're going to need something, and you're like, what? We might need like. I think part of it too, at least for myself and my brain, is having immigrant grandparents, and um, let's see here. Yeah, so my one side of my family was in Europe during World War II, and it was hard to be Jewish then. And then the other side came right after the revolution, and oh, I've just got hoarder mentality. Then your grandkids are playing with plush animals you made for your kids. Oh my goodness. How, you don't look old enough to have grandkids. What? Oh my goodness. That is adorable. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, my cold heart is like filled with joy at reading such cute things. Oh, super sweet. your daughters make clothes now for their kids. Awesome. I know that my grandma who grew up in Poland would she would tell me she used to walk down the streets of Warsaw and didn't really have enough money to buy all the fancy clothes, but would just go home and make her own stuff. And that's the skill. Like it's taken me the longest to get comfortable making garments for myself. I do, and I have quite the collection. But I'm like, oh, it's just in my blood. You still do the canning for them. That's sweet. So you good job keeping. You don't need anything. You're like, I got you fed. You can keep them clothed. Little kid clothes are so cute. I know. They do grow too fast to buy them. I like some of the patterns that, what's the word? Like when they're super, like with the adjustable waistbands and the pant length, so that you can just like undo a button and it just like expands it. There's that time where their waists don't grow, but they grow taller. And that's kind of like super annoying time. You know, let's see. I'm gonna find this picture quickly. This crazy coffee I want to oh, sugar. Oh, I think strawberries right now. That's not true. You can never have two berries. Oh, there we go. That's yeah. This cute little girl's outfit with the hula hoop. I also love hula hooping, which is why I got into costuming because buying costumes is stupid expensive. Like these old-fashioned outfits, the girls hula hooping. I'm like, is this outfit actually hoopable? And the answer is yes. It just depends on what tricks I would want to do. On body hooping, that's probably not the best. Some cute off body tricks, super fun. I know. I joke that kids grow like you just feed them and water them, and they just grow like weeds. They just grow so fast. What do I do with this? That's all right. We're just gonna cover that part all over anyway. Nobody's ever gonna see this except for all of us here. But now I'm gonna go through and do the border because we sew a border and then we trim. All right. Do, 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 do. We're gonna need to rotate. Let's just reinforce this section a little bit. Okay. Let's see. I am so happy to see someone who does sewing on Rumble. You are so welcome. Let's see here. The first year I streamed, it was just to YouTube because I didn't know how. It was before you could stream to Rumble, so I cut my teeth on literally streaming for a year to absolutely zero people, which was fun. And I added streaming to Rumble last year when because I would do my stream on YouTube and then Rumble would pick it up. And then since I was able to start streaming to both simultaneously, I've been doing it. Yeah, there's I love sewing and I love Rumble. I'm here for all of your sewing needs. Sometimes we make corsets, sometimes we sew in eyelets, sometimes I don't know what we're gonna do. Oh, you're welcome. You are welcome to love knitting. I'm here Saturday mornings, my time, and Sunday afternoons. I think it's my thing where I'm just like bookending my weekend with um, sewing streams. Cause yeah, I think Rumble needs to like we've got all the sports and the political stuff, but sometimes we just want folks who just share a hand skill or like here we're just hanging out, whatever project somebody's working on. Sometimes I'm chatting, sometimes it's just the sweet sounds of the sewing machine. Like the old fashioned quilting, knitting, sewing circles. That was really what I wanted. And I didn't see anybody on any platform until I ran into William. But once canning season gets into full swing, I'll be streaming it. Awesome. I'm here for that. I know I gotta get my garden started because if I don't start now, then it's going to be too hot. And sometimes we run out of water where I live. So that's super cool. I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. Yeah, I know. If we could just keep going into the category suggestion section, I would really love to see sewing as an option that I can click in the subsection. Because for a while I was in the podcast because I was just talking. I was like, oh, maybe I'll move it to how to. Because like sometimes I accidentally like share something useful or a tip or a trick. But then I'm like, arts and creativity, like that kind of describes what I do, but it, I don't know if I was a viewer, if I would inherently be like, A, know what I was looking for, and B, know what I was going to find, versus if it was just like sewing, like, sweet, okay, I know somebody's going to be sewing. We can pressure Tim, because I refuse to, like, I won't tag him on Twitter, but every couple days I'm like, categories, sewing, antique sewing machines, costuming. And then every day I go look, and it still hasn't been added yet. Or even like knitting, spinning, crochet, like because the folks can come, families. Did I run out of bobbin thread? I did. Who listened and didn't hear it happen? Or my friend Ailey's not here. Let's see here, Goffo. I tried doing harvesting winter wheat and oats, but the noise was too loud with the corn and sunflower planting. Mm. Yeah, I have had issues trying to pick out the right microphone. Last week was super fun because I tried two different mics and then went back to what is this one, my Rode mic mini that was for my camera, but I got a external sound card. Because, yeah, like sometimes me talking and the sound of the sewing machine tries to fight with each other. I know maybe better with something that's noise canceling that picks up just your voice. I haven't gotten into a lav mic, but I know sometimes, myself included, I just want to hear the sweet sounds of my sewing machine and not me talking. Where's my... Wait. There's the tool I'm looking for. My trick for getting out my vertical shuttle bobbins, pair of forceps, and my nips. Yeah, excuse me. The sounds of machinery definitely can be an impediment. I guess we're gonna do gray because that's what I have loaded up, because I know watching Phoenix load bobbins is not the most spectacular content, especially because you can't see the bobbin winder. The way I have the camera set up right now. Okay. Where's my... How to clean out. When I go to change the bobbins, I like to pretend to wipe out some of the schmutz. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if a little lav mic would be better, or a condensed. I don't understand. These are words I like. I know words, but I don't always know if I make the most sense when I'm attempting to use them. Okay. I know the ranchers here, they end up buying a lot of their hay from the next valley over because they have to supplement with the selenium because they get the cows are prone to the white wasting disease here. So they just are like, oh, this valley's not rich enough in selenium. We'll get the grass from the other valley next door. Oh. Okay, sit up straight. Good posture will be so. And I think that's like always like come back to my quieter machine because my electric 101, she's noisy, but this machine is differently noisy with the vertical shuttle. I can clack back and forth. My quietest machine is my dear Dorival, which I think that apron is going to be finished. I'm going to make myself a part. What's next? What project do we want to do next? Leather house shoes or leather stays? I kind of want to make leather stays. Actually, I want to make both, so it's just deciding which one I'm going to do first. And I'll just use the practical leather I have rather than going out to buy new stuff because my stash has got plenty in it still. I need to use up. Oh, there goes my needle. I knew that I needed to check it. Yeah, see, this happens sometimes with this foot. Here's my foot side. Let's just unthread it and get this back in because the little arm presses on the needle screw. After a while, it just decides that we've reached critical. There we go. All right, nice and tight locked. Good. We'll check our presser foot tension when we're at it. Presser foot down. All right, let's try it again. Yeah, and find our way again. And let me turn this thread so we don't get stuck. Oh, God, we've never been good at free motion. I can't say I'm good at it. I just keep showing up and doing it. And this is only the second week I've tried this open air. Where's what I did last week? Yeah, so last week, these are my very first attempts. And I just, it's like, heard caution to the wind. It's like, I can do, we'll figure this out. How hard can it be? And with these old machines, I did accidentally break my bobbin shuttle and should get an extra one for reserve. But it, yeah, kind of finding the right speed. Because what did someone say that your feet kind of need to, the stitches need to be slow. You need to sew slow but move your hands quickly. That's where I find some benefit to the older machines. I feel like I've got better control over the speed versus my electric machines that sometimes I just drive too fast. You just gotta practice and play. Just get a scrap piece, and it helps to have no expectations or the expectation of it's probably gonna look like poop, and it's okay. Yeah, like giving yourself permission to fail. And I don't, and also you have to have some level of like surrender and you know controlling but not too controlling. That makes sense. That's what I tell myself. Oh my god, I should frame it. I don't think people haven't seen this. I need to pull it up. I saw when Amish was 3D printing his Rumble logos. I was like, wait, I was going to treat myself when I get to X number, but I'm not there yet. So let's free motion embroider ourselves a Rumble logo. So I did. And I need to press it and frame it and make it cute. But yeah. So some of my first other attempts at playing differently. And I just got out the hoop, got some scrap fabric, and just played and drewed. Sometimes the art pieces are nice because it's not like it's gonna fit. Wait, oh, wait again, please. Yeah, I would definitely not say I'm good. I just too dumb to not keep trying. Let's try it up right. Something didn't sound right, but it was me. Yeah. Oh, I've got these from my Green Moray outfit, some strips left. That maybe tomorrow we'll finish Mother's apron and do a whole bunch of rolled hem and try out the ruche foot on this machine because I've not done that yet. And put it on that is. I bought this machine for this box of treasures. Yes, this is a velvet puzzle box with all the pieces. We've got our tucker, our ruffler, this one that adds trim and stitches at the same time. Our seam guide, which I probably should use and don't. I wonder if this piece would fit, if this screw would be better fit for my plate cover. Okay, we've got that. Another seam guide, another ruffle attachment, a quilting foot. These rolled hem feet. This is like one of my best friends. Can I be a real? If you just make friends with your rolled hem foot, you will never. I never press my hems. I just use this foot. It's my favorite. My zipper foot. The ones I don't understand how to use are the bigger spoon hemmers. I don't know how they attach to the machine unless we go for a different machine. But this tucker is super nice though. Alright. Oh, my underbraider. This is one of those fancy ones that adds trim as you're sewing. Okay. So we'll put your box away. Very carefully. That stinking box is almost more than I paid for the machine and the box. Let's see here. I've been using the serger for most projects the last few years. Yeah, I have one. I'm not great friends with it though. I think I know better how to thread it than I do how to sew with it. I should get it out again. Love knitting. I need to practice with the rolled hem foot. I haven't successfully used it yet. What helps when I use it? Folding it over a little bit more than you think you need to, and just practice. Yeah, sometimes I get beautiful rolled hems, and sometimes I'm like, Phoenix, that looks like hot trash. And I am a huge fan. Not friend. Yes, actually, I take it back. My rolled hem foot has become a good friend, and I just love it. I know. Yeah, I like the serger. Sometimes, what depending, I just like the fancy flat felt and French seams. The fancy seam finishing, but that also adds me time. Depends on what I'm doing. I've also been mean and sewn like 4-way stretch athletic fabric on my antique machines. They think that's fun. That's something I haven't done with this machine yet, though. Maybe that is something to do. I know. So everything's got its place. There's no wrong way. There's no shaming of how folks do their sewing. Everybody likes something different because we're not going to get into the fight of are you pattern tracers or pattern cutters? All the shenanigans that could happen. It's not worth it. But yeah, maybe that'll be tomorrow. we'll go through and do some of this trimming for this skirt that I have. Because I like to do the hemming and then the gathering and just like strip sew it. Like, it's just what I found works for like crazy projects. And for what it's worth, I'm a pattern tracer. Even if it's a free print and tape pattern, I still trace it. Even though I know I could print it off again, I don't. You're not following their lines very well right now. It's okay. It's just practice. And we do try to get a little bit better each time we sit to practice. But you know what? Getting back to your point, that's got me thinking of both that for the machine embroidery or the free motion stuff, it's a lot like sketching and drawing, and I'm not very good at that either, but I do sometimes practice. In my head, I just think like I'm drawing with the thread. Let's see here, well, I never liked buying patterns. I buy clothes at a local secondhand shop and disassemble. That is also a great way cloning your clothes. I got over my fear of size and body image issues, and I'm like, just take your measurements. I usually just draft. I do stuff that's like super big that has a giant like tie waistband when I'm doing a fancy thing, or I'll sit down and take my measurements and draft something because when you're short and hourglass shaped, I just clothes just don't fit. I know I'm too cheap to buy patterns. I kind of just like flat out refuse. I can't. I found like a couple of things like at the thrift store, but there we go. Yeah, I'm not a pattern buyer. It's like, why spend money if I know I'm gonna with all the alterations I'm gonna have to do after the mock-up? I just can't. I just can't do it. That was not so good. Ooh, we are at the cutting frame inside section again. And before we'll take off the presser foot yet again. Make sure the needle's tight. And we have a blue circle. Oh, and now I've got Eiffel 65 keys stuck in my head. Thank you, Centrac, for explaining that last night. There's the snippers I was looking for. Yeah, I cloned my clothes a couple times, usually leggings and leotards. Yeah. But there's no, whatever way works is the right way for it. But I have found if you're a pattern tracer, I know there's those like fancy tracing papers, but my preferred is thin medical exam table paper. Makes great tracing paper, and it comes on a giant roll, which is awesome. Ooh, also super awesome. Again, for reasons that I, and for reasons I may or may not just have access to that regularly. I'm just making little snips and then I'll go through it and clean off our hole here. Oh, I don't think I was going to enjoy this. Kind of like this. Oh, I've got to finish that crazy quilted petticoat too. All right. Before we sew another thing, let's. Where are we? So a couple weeks ago, we started this crazy quilted petticoat. I know that's such a great idea, Goffo. The secondhand bed sheets to mock up clothes and make my patterns. That's awesome too, because then we've got this not one next to the crazy tulips to finish. Let's see if we can not cry on stream. I like that idea for the cloth patterns because pattern storage is one of the things that I struggle with. Right now they're sitting like in a laundry basket behind me. So I know under $10, that is a good price too. King for less than 10. That's a lot of fabric. I'll have to go when I go into town. Go to the Goodwill and to the market later. Yeah, this will not look too hard at the parts that are not very good on this project. So, oh, right, press your foot down and take a couple of stitches and back stitches. Don't let anybody ever tell you you need a modern machine to backstitch. You don't. You just need to know how to do it. Yeah, that is such a good idea. Paper patterns, I just don't know. Yeah, like I said, they're all just sitting in this laundry basket in medical specimen bags because there had some big ones laying around. And it's like, well, I already have it. I'm not using it for its intended job, so I can find a new purpose. Oh, this is not divine. Why did I trace this? I have no idea. Okay, I'll just hang out for a little bit longer, and then I've got to go into the big city, get some stuff. Something else that just feels funny to me. Hey, you. I'll just be a little bit longer and then. Okay, I forgot what road I was driving on. This path is so windy. I know, when I just like randomly traced patterns, and then I got to this one and I was like, how did you trace that? It's like it's going to be terrible to say. It's like right in this struggle boss at the costume shop for sure. It's going to be such a nice warm quilted petticoat for next year. So before I start a new project tomorrow, we should put in our box pleats and a waistband onto this. Yeah, boy. I say no to cartridge pleats on this. And I think there's too much fabric. That would just be a nightmare. Okay. Fiddly sewing. Oh, but yeah, Gofford, you could just practice. Like, I have a quilt book that I just trace some patterns out from to, like, just practice the free motion stuff. Sometimes I'm like, just don't feel creative, like coming up with my own ideas. So it's like, oh, I'll just trace patterns and just practice driving the lines. This pattern is kind of like derailed itself. I don't even know if I'm doing the original thing anymore. We have enough fabric stuck in the treadle belt today, so that's a plus. I'll just try back around this direction. Okay, rotate. Yes, this is muslin from the Goodwill, some weird check polyester thing, and then this blue and white flannel, also from the Goodwill, because I buy fabric at the Goodwill. Only when it's a good price, and there's enough of it to make it worth my purchase. There have been times where there's some cute fabric, but either there's not enough of it, or the cost is too much, and I'm like, no, I don't need you that badly in my collection. Hey, creepy ghoulies, you getting some snackies? Yeah, snackies for the kitties. Creepy ghoulies. Oh, if it's warm enough tomorrow, maybe we'll have the window open. Alright, let's just find our way back to this last motif and we'll call this one good, because this is such a hot mess. This yeah. I missed some of the lines, couldn't find them. I'm just gonna stitch a little bit more and then call this one too good. Of course, it was like the hardest one I could have picked out. Right, sure. What were you thinking here? You do know that this motif on this just caused me brought me to tears on stream before. I try not to cry on stream unless I stick a needle through my finger or my littlest man bites me. Unfortunately, he hasn't done that in a while. And he thought my hand just a snack sack. Mom, I smell snacks. I can't see the little ones. Hey, creepy goodies. Thanks, and I need to try because that basting thread is going to cause me troubles if I don't get rid of it now. Sure, I'll try this direction. Yep, we're still threaded right. Just double checking. Sometimes you get unthreaded. Oh. I forgot about all this fabric wrestling with this one child. Okay, this is almost what I'm going to call it. Oh, professor put stuff. Is that the good motif making? Alright. Let's look at this disaster and then we'll hold the show. Okay, so I just, yep, there we go. Touched up this motif a little bit. And this part is pretty good. So there's just the one half of the panel, and then a second one did. And all right. Thank you everybody for who popped by, who hung out. It was so fun talking with you, Gogo. So fun to talk with you. Love knitting. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll put this petticoat together and finish up an apron because I've got to drag out the iron. Have a happy Saturday. Don't wait until tomorrow when you can be fabulous today, and don't laugh at others unless you've laughed at yourself. And if you have access to the suggest the categories, please let's see if we can get sewing a subcategory on Rumble. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, well, this stream let me end today because last week I couldn't end the live stream, and that was funny. All right, bye.